phenomenal.
Daniel, what do you got for me?
He's a great kick returner. He's great after the catch. I think he's going to run fast.
4.51.
He's got a little bit more than that. Look how long his arms are. I think his wingspan was over 80 inches. A receiving core trying to build a basketball team, having guys different sizes, different skill sets. On the defensive side of the ball, at the corner position, you look at it the same way?
You have to, because again, you've got to be able to match up with people. And one of the things that we tried to do in Carolina was we had to match up with Julio Jones.
Getting all our notes in a row here, right? It's time for the wide receivers to do their thing.
Talked to his coach, Mel Tucker, and just talked about his toughness. Real clutch, tough player. Knew he wasn't going to post a really big time. Getting separation, you don't see a lot of that, but a lot of contested catches. Just a real tough kid. I've done it. He's not on board yet. I'm trying to recruit guys to join me on this.
Marquez Callaway, 4.63.
Coach, you don't have to answer now.
Okay.
I think he's given his
I'm
answer,
trying to figure it out.
frankly.
We'll get there.
Daniel, good to see you. Right?
Work.
4.73.
He said Chase told him, I just drank way too much water, man. I'll be way lighter when I run.
That's the Leonard Fournette conversation, isn't it? 4.45.
That is great time for him.
4.45.
This dude is tough, too. He's a gunner on punt team, makes a bunch of tackles, really physical in the red zone. That's a great time for him.
Goes.
Smooth.
4.47.
It's a good time. He could run faster than that, but that's a good time.
All right. Third time's the charm.
Wow.
Nice 4.46.
There we go.
Boy, is it ever.
Great time.
They didn't like the whistles, but when all said and done, it worked out for Isaiah Coulter. We'll go to break. Texas A&M. And the Aggie, 4.55. Now, a Longhorn, to be fair and balanced, I guess. You got an Aggie, you got a Longhorn.
This dude is a track star.
Kevin Duvernay, Kyler Murray's cousin, 4. Now it's Golden Domer, 4.57.
Be a good slot player at the next level.
And Fuller, our second Washington weapon. We'll see his quarterback.
I want to see a little more juice. This is one I'm interested in.
Antonio Gandy Golden of Liberty, 4.60.
He's got unbelievable ball skill.
Coached by a guy in a hospital bed, right?
Never seen that one before. That was new last year.
Antonio Gibson, Memphis.
I have him as a running back too. He's played as a running back, working out here with receivers.
And here's Stephen Guidry, Mississippi State, 4.48.
Track star, ran a 10-200 meters. One of these guys that everyone is talking about as one of these fast players that can play right away. You want those Tyreek Hills now. Devin Duvernay, Kyler Murray.
Walls guys off, big time one-handed catch against Stanford. Not really dynamic, but just has a real knack and a great feel. And that's about the time that you expect when you watch him.
Poor man.
He's a wide receiver, and you're going to see his role expand and grow. But I do want to say, if Torrey Smith had hit it big,
yes,
I had Finding Torrey already.
Nicely done. 4.52. Wow, that's high praise.
In the slot, and he's just got a knack for getting open, catches everything. I don't anticipate we're going to see a really fast. Well, never mind.
Yeah.
Hey now.
Allow myself to interrupt myself.
That is huge.
Man with the most receptions in a single season in the history of LSU, and think about the players that have caught balls there. 40s for receivers. What a run by Justin Jefferson.
It's phenomenal. He's a great player on tape, and now you got some big-time legitimate speed on record to back it up.
Brandon Ayuk, 5.3. Trying to improve on his 4.68. Name is 6. A wide receiver with a nickname of 6.
It's a great nickname. He's a great player.
Bring it. Mark Cephas again, 4.73 first time through, and the Badgers second time through. That's pretty much what he runs.
He's over 6'4". Like that's.
I know. But Debo is a business decision man.
Yeah, no
4-4-3. He created a lot of business decisions coming downhill.
I think this is a really good class. You have guys that you are questioning how fast are they going to run, and they're doing really well. Claypool is, you know, I watched this film.
Mentality, personality, see who that is out here. Not just out here what we're doing in the drill, but I want that guy that tells everybody, I'm the best and I'm about to show you. Chris Carter and I, we were just talking about it out here with some guys, and we were saying, you know, it's funny, as we look around in the Nishki luncheon room, we've never seen a guy in there that ran a 4-3 with the gold jacket.
And with the play action, you can't have the wide receiver running 100 miles an hour, even on a flea flicker, because he will out. 49ers is a great example of play action.
We're on the 4-5-5 train right now that Duvernay's just got us off of. Those were 2 straight runs of 4-5-5, and now this 4-4-6.
Fame and not having a 4-3 guy in there, because since 03, there's been 54 wide receivers that have run under 4-4, and only 3 of the 4 have ever caught 80 balls in a season.
Aquinas with a quick finger.
Hey, listen, Rich, coming up to
From
my
back
time,
in the day?
I walked around with a stopwatch around my neck with 4-4-5 on it, because I thought, you know, if I just kept it on my neck, that one day I would run it, and I never got to it.
On campus at Liberty, and so he said, well, I guess I'll take up bowling. Within 2 months, he bowled the perfect game.
This is a kid that could just flat out play. He doesn't go to a big time school.
With Duvernay.
71 touches, 12 touchdowns. That's a pretty darn good ratio.
You ready to be joined by the ESPN audience, Daniel?
Yeah, let's do it, man.
There's neck.
Are we going to do simulcam with you in 2003 now?
Oh, there'll be more hair on the 2003, that's for sure. Here's Guidry, the Mississippi State.
He's going to be a 3rd-round pick, and he's going to be a very good football player. Big-time kickoff returner. Ran a little bit faster the first time, but his explosiveness shows up on tape. You see it. He is a crisp route runner.
Tell you what, tomorrow in your top 20, forget about your top 50. If you want to go top 50, you've got 8 receivers in your top 50, Daniel.
Yeah, it's a ridiculous group.
Burrow, he is choosing not to throw, but Brandon Ayuk, one of your top receivers.
Getting comfortable with his drill here. How smooth can you be? Find it over the shoulder. That's a difficult one.
At these receivers, but obviously who's throwing it. Here's Tony Brown there at the wide receiver spot, and who is out there throwing it or airmailing it. Here's Cephas of Wisconsin.
It's interesting, though, the question is arm strength. So if you're Jake Fromm, you're not underthrowing anything out here in this workout.
Claypool of Notre Dame had an exit size. Tyree Cleveland. Here's Brian Lewerke of Michigan State. QB9 connecting with.
This is what Gabriel Davis did a lot at UCF. Didn't really get it out there to give him a chance to go get that offense, and that's going to be his role at the next level.
You can see with the wide out shot, good seats, still loud fans in the upper deck, but you are watching a standardized test. Many of the drills being run here, and all the evaluators, some looking at the wide out, some looking at the quarterbacks.
Gandy Golden from Liberty able to go get it. And of course, we could catch the football. But again, Antonio Gibson is one I believe is going to be a running back. Me and Charles Davis have the ball right there, probably doing more to move him to the backfield.
Hightower.
That's a good ball.
J. Hill over the shoulder.
Quarterbacks pop this ball up in the air, get some air under it so these guys can adjust and have time to track it.
Good. Good try.
Jackson of Syracuse, nice grab.
The one thing Steve and I we were just talking about is this drill is always great to show you who's a natural wide receiver,
Natural
who has
hands
natural guys that have probably spent a lot of time on that little machine catching passes. This tells you everything.
Yeah, and you got to watch out for a few of the quarterbacks.
That's what I said.
It's trying hard I can throw the ball award.
Exactly. So when you say that, it's a natural catcher. So what are we looking for here that lets me know this guy's a natural catcher or
Well,
not?
first of all, how that ball comes in, can he naturally put his hands up, or is he fighting for that ball to come? And when the ball comes low, do he naturally put those pinkies together as he reaches down and catch the ball? Or is he fighting, turning his thumbs together, reaching down, lower below his waist, and not catching the ball properly? Simple things like that, because a natural catcher, hands naturally go to position to make the catch.
But when you have his eyes on you, you have to worry about guys overthinking, over-processing things, so they start to allow the ball to get up on their body. And why is that bad? That means that they're uncomfortable. And if they're uncomfortable catching a ball away from their body, they're not a pure hands catcher.
With no DB running with you.
Yeah,
right now, there's no DB running with you. You're going to have to learn how to catch this pass with people jumping and bouncing. So these are great tells.
Are you looking for these guys to like snag it and drop it? Snag it and hold it for a second? Does that have anything to do with it?
Well, the nature of the drill says you have to snatch it and drop it. Okay. You know, it's just because you got to get your hands ready for that next ball that's coming.
Well, Kurt, one of the things that you don't know anything about is just having a little bit of rhythm. And so when you catch it, when you catch the ball, you just naturally catch it, bang, just drop it. You get in a rhythm. But if you're not in a rhythm, you start to just kind of body catch.
Quarterbacks don't play with rhythm?
No, not quarterback, just you.
All right.
But
You
I
particularly.
guys, really, did you look at this group? This has been a pretty good group as
Steve,
far
I
as
don't
catching
know
the
if,
pass.
Steve, I don't know if you're aware, but Kurt was on.
Too, didn't he?
Oh,
Yes, I did. Thank goodness. I did get voted off.
boy.
Yes.
Look,
There hasn't not been too many balls on the ground. You're right.
I'm telling you, this has been a very good group. I mean, in catching the ball with their hands, you really haven't seen anybody let the ball get into their body as you watch this drill.
This is Gibson, who we see is a running back at the next level. Did a pretty good job there.
and then dropping it. Again, we're going to see on our Sunday coverage defensive backs go through the gauntlet drill for the first time ever. Maybe they should just bat them down, right?
No, you
That's
want
what
him
a
to
lot of
catch
these
it.
guys, I know. I'm being facetious. It's
Right.
just
But Rich, the difference is, Rich, and let me tell you why it's so important for a DB. There's a difference. It's great if you can knock it 2nd and 10. It's better if you can intercept that ball and make it 1st and 10 the other way. And that's the issue that we see so many defensive backs have with those hands in the past, because they're getting so many more opportunities at the college level from the defensive back.
And also DBs now, when coming into the league, are so much more athletic, right? You're not used to seeing how athletic these DBs are, and that's why it's becoming more and more challenging for these wide receivers. And that's why some of these guys are dropping down into the lower rounds, because of the defensive players are guys you cannot just.
I haven't seen anybody turn the wrong way, which we see sometimes in these drills, which drives the evaluators crazy, because that means you're not listening or following a drill or don't remember what you've been